Mousesports is going to win this, but they need to play a bit cleaner than we have seen in their last, 3 to 4 games. They haven't looked as dominant. They haven't looked as strong as we normally see them. But hopefully that game was a wake-up call, and they do kind of come in a lot stronger this time around. And they have that comfort pick. They have that incredibly strong meta pick. I'm almost a little bit upset in SaltyPotatoes that they didn't go ahead and leave the Blackfeather open as well and just trade the Rhyme for the Blackfeather, because it was almost a guarantee that Mousesports would take the Rhyme if it was available.
Absolutely. I really like SaltyPotatoes' draft so far. The Kestrel pick into the Arden ban, and they're going to pick the Lyra if Mousesports don't ban her here, or if they do, they might go for the Catherine. But the Kestrel pick is something that I want to talk about, because SaltyPotatoes, all of a sudden, this meta and this update actually favors them incredibly heavily, just because Sneaky's top 2 heroes are the Blackfeather and the Kestrel, and both of them are the top 2 heroes in lane right now, and then followed by Vox, who Sneaky plays also very well. So all of a sudden, this meta really favors SaltyPotatoes, and it could be a reason to why we see them winning the series here.
So Lyra going to be locked in here for SaltyPotatoes alongside that Kestrel. We'll see how Mousesports are going to respond. They've got that Rhyme for I'm the Doom already. We'll see where they want to go with Leon and Justman. Arden taken away from Justman. That's something we know that he's an exceptionally accomplished captain with. But things like Lance, things like the Churn Walker, still available.
Yeah, still plenty of options. Could also go for the Finn, is something that we've seen Justman play a lot. And so with the Vox picked up there, again, that's just because it is one of the stronger laners. They are going to go for the Grace, this time playing it as a captain, though. So, should have...
You say that.
It is going to be Captain
Vox. I would... No, that's not going to
I am, of course, joking.
This would be where the draft really can pull through for SaltyPotatoes or fall apart. The jungle pick here is very important, because Kestrel and Lyra, so far, SaltyPotatoes draft is extremely smart. Like we said, they banned the Arden, they got the Catherine, they also forced Mousesports to ban the Catherine away, so now they had to go for a Grace, who in my opinion in 2.9 is a second-tier captain hero. Now the question is, will they have a jungler who can defend against the Rhyme and not get snowballed by him? Because I'm the Doom can still carry this game for Mousesports very easily off of really strong invades.
And look at this siege composition coming out from SaltyPotatoes. This is the kind of original siege composition that we started to see like last season, towards the end of the season. So excited to see how this one pans out. What are the map movements going to look like coming into this one with a siege composition going up against a composition with a Grace captain?
The Mousesports is going to have to be very aggressive with this Rhyme. They're going to have to try and really abuse the fact that Rhyme can take camps over the Samuel. Samuel doesn't have a great clear speed until he hits level 2. So that's going to be a key focus, is going to be this jungle matchup again, because if Samuel is able to get to level 2, 3 and get those first items rolling and they can start pressuring the lane, there's not much available to the side of Mousesports to answer that.
Yeah, it's all going to be about the early aggression and the pressure that Mousesports is going to be able to put out. If they don't snowball the game with the Rhyme, it's going to be extremely hard for them going into the late game with the triple range versus the Rhyme and the Vox. I got to mention though, you talked about the movements. If Samuel gets up to lane before Rhyme invades, then it's going to be hard for them.
All right, we've got to get on into this one. Hashtag Vainglory8 on Twitter. Let us know who you think is taking this series. Can SaltyPotatoes finish this one off? It's time to pass it over to Sean Humanisto to find out.
Thank you very much, Munchbulls, and he is so right. After a brief game 1, we're into game 2 here between Mousesports and SaltyPotatoes. Let's see if Mouse can make a comeback here, Sean.
Yeah, let's see if they can. I am liking what I'm seeing out of SaltyPotatoes, though. The siege composition is pretty damn strong with Kestrel, but we do have a little bit of a jungle poke there with Justman on that Grace. Kestrel, she hasn't been touched the past couple of updates, even including the hotfix, actually. So she's still pretty good when it comes to her damage output. Rhyme, on the other hand, he did get nerfed a little bit. He's still strong, but his CP ratio went down for his Winter Spire attacks. So he's still something to watch out for. We do need to have him get his boots very quickly. And I mean journey boots. So once he gets his first tier 3 CP item, once he gets his journey boots, he's going to be even more of a threat, and he's going to be able to engage and disengage from fights really quickly after he gets some of his attack off.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, though. I mean, he doesn't have any sort of app closing ability. I'm just curious, like, how is it going to work out when the siege composition of SaltyPotatoes starts to kind of bear down upon Mousesports?
Well, it's going to be really tough, but I would expect actually Just Man to be coming in with a lot of those benedictions. Go ahead and slow down the enemies too, and provide a Holy Shield that gives Rhyme more time to be able to come in with that directional Holy Shield, and then so we could Journey Boots in, chill the target, give them a little bit of a root with that chill winds, do some damage, back out.
Yeah, so it seems like it's gonna be super important also for SaltyPotatoes to have a nice reflex block for whoever is gonna be attempting to be kind of on the front line, which you imagine would be Class sitting there with a bright bulwark, throwing a sigil for his team. Of course, you really don't want the Samuel or the Kestrel getting caught at all.
No, you definitely don't want them getting caught out. We have Joker already at level 3, so he's going to be able to have those empowered Malice and Verdicts with his Drifting Dark as well. And you can already see here, they have that siege composition doing some chip damage
right
on
across
this turret.
the lane. Winter Spires, I'm the Doom, moves in. He has to do damage to be tanky. But he does all right there. Stops it enough for Leon to get at least a couple of last hits and stops the siege.
Yes, siege just stopped. And check this out. We actually do have that reflex block coming out from Class, and he has the Dragon's Heart as well. That's going to allow him, it looks like he's building towards a Crucible, so that's going to allow him to have that block available for his team. He's also going to be able to do more heal ratio, and it looks like they're getting poked out here in the jungle.
Yeah, Joker forced to use his boots as I'm the Doom grab the Elder Treant and apply damage. Now Doom grabs the mid. As more regen moving forward, he's going to look to take the backs here. Joker grabs his own back Treant, and maybe we have a skirmish. Doom is in a great place. Benediction forward. He's going to use his own boots, looking to get the chill ones onto Joker. The roots there, sigil down over the top. He's going to get the movement speed below him, but holy Nova knocks him up in the air. Leon drops down from the lane. Who's going to go down here? I can't believe they let... Okay, well, they just let Joker go because, of course, he was running away from his team. They split him apart. They chop him down. First blood to Mouse.
Yeah, first blood to Mouse, that's going over to Leon there. Really good for it to be going over to one of the carries, of course. They need that extra gold. As we know, for Vox, he actually is one of those heroes that needs a lot of weapon itemization to be able to hit his really good power spikes. So once he's able to get those solid weapons in there, those tier 3 items, then he's going to be able to do a lot more damage. Looks like he's building towards a poison shiv. He's got that Bark Beetle Swift Shooter in tow in his pocket. We do see Sneaky across the lane with Heavy Steel and Six Sins. Looks like he's going to be working towards a Sorrow Blade as well to get that flat burst damage coming out of Kestrel, this weapon-powered Kestrel here. Look at Joker in the jungle there. He actually also has that Eclipse Prism, Heavy Prism, working towards... he could be working towards a number of things, but I would expect him to maybe work towards Shatter Glass there.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting in the new update. We'll see. Obviously, there's a couple different routes you could go.
He could also work towards the Dragon's Eye. The Dragon's Eye is actually probably a better choice. You get a lot more bang for your buck there once you get a Dragon's Eye. And if as long as he's continuously damaging enemies, he's going to be able to ramp up the stacks on Damage Eye. Could be auto attack damage, could be ability damage.
Damage Eye.
Yeah, Damage Eye.
For Samuel, it's pretty easy to be stacking it up.
Yeah, all you have to do is just throw out your Malice and Verdicts, throw out your auto attacks. Drifting Dark gives you a lot of range potential, and I would expect to see him just doing a lot of damage. He could ramp up to 265 CP for his kit and just continue to output damage in these fights, as opposed to the Shatterglass, which would just give him the flat 150 CP.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see the builds. I think we've seen that into Eve of Harvest. A couple players going that recently. Some people switching it up there. Now, Leon taking huge burst damage. A couple Glimmer shots coming through, landing from Sneaky, but Doom quickly running up into the lane as a hero for his laner. But this kind of dissuades a bit of the aggression. Mouse are clumped up here. Crucible's out for Class. That's going to force actually the Fountain out of Mousesports. Benediction in here. Mousesports not taking the bait, walking into that active camo. There's the Crucible, a nice job to block off the Valkyrie. Now Justman, the damage starting to stack up here. They use 2 healing Class. Doom moves forward. He gets the Chill Winds. Class, he's not too tanky, but they avoid that Holy Nova. Nice Oblivion, putting Justman to sleep. Benediction forward, but I am the Doom will take the kills. Class goes down. A Glimmer shot finds one. Justman falling. This is a nice trade here, and the lane one shot. One huge chunk of damage coming out there. Whoa, little Sonic Zoom, Leon! Self-proclaimed best player in the world, finding an easy kill there. Sneaky dude, if Sneaky moves forward with like 1-2 Glimmer shots, he could easily find a kill here. You guys are playing with fire.
They are playing with a very dangerous situation here, Humanist. That turret is down to about third quarter of health. Leon, he's sticking out there. He just wants to be able to defend that turret. Looks like he's going to be rotating down, getting a little bit of farm there. But Justman poking out in the bush here. Oh, things are looking good for Mousesports this game. They're a little bit on the front foot here, getting some trades with their damage. Fountain is a very interesting item this update. It did get its cooldown actually reduced a little bit as opposed to the previous update, so it's easier for it to be used consistently. But we don't have a Fountain out yet for class, but he doesn't really need it at this point because he does have that Imperial Sigil, which is up a lot quicker, and he already has his base health pretty high with that Crucible as well. So that gives him a lot of that, that ratio healing that he needs coming out from that Sigil.
Well, looking on the flip side, Doom's got his Shatter Glass complete. Valkyrie is ready to be used, and they're going to move right out here, trying to get a jump on a Sneaky. It's not going to happen. They're still holding their ultimates. Justman, not quite level 6. He's about to reach that. I think once they get that Divine Intervention, it'd be a nice power spike for them, yeah?
Yeah, that's going to be a really good power spike. Not only will he have Fountain available, which typically you use Fountain first because it gives that that slower over time healing, about a few seconds. Then we actually have his Divine Intervention, which could be used. Looks like there's a siege here.
Doom's soloing in the jungle. Well, I can't believe it. Mouse baiting SaltyPotatoes in the lane. Doom gets a free Crystal Sentry. Really nice plays. Okay, now moving forward. He gets the chill wins here. Huge damage as Sneaky gets burst down there. Big plays coming out of Mousesports as they pretty much set that play up in advance there and executed cleanly.
Good rotation down into jungle, but they're not done yet.
No, they're not done yet. Surprisingly not done yet. The Joker with the Dragon's Eye gets the Corrupted Genius kill. Oh, that always feels good. A Holy Nova from Justman trying to buy some time. One shot and a little poke from the Joke. And they're going to find another kill there. 4-3 for SaltyPotatoes. Well, 3-4. 8.5 minutes in.
Wow, the Journey Boots coming out for Rhyme here. Leon, he's doing a little damage.
This is my turret, and it will not go down easily. The Joker stacking up the Dragon's Eye turrets down. He gets one more. Leon goes down there. How long for that one shot? You're not a CP Kestrel. Too long.
That rotation that we saw in the last couple of minutes with I'm the Doom going down there, stealing away that Crystal Sentry, taking out one of its lives, was very interesting, and it was an interesting dynamic to have SaltyPotatoes try to go down, but they were actually forced back up near their turret because the rest of Mousesports was just there. However, the turret doesn't go down in that siege for SaltyPotatoes, and then we have them get a good trade off of the other turret of Mousesports, the first tier 1 turret. Eve of Harvest picked up by the Joker, and that's going to allow him for a pretty good power spike and sustain here.
All right, well, Vision's going to be the name of the game. I mean, your range doesn't mean too much if a mouse can just kind of hang out in a brush, forcing you to make movements across the map. There are some nice scout traps down for SaltyPotatoes through the jungle. But constantly up in the lane, you do see them getting caught by surprise.
Yeah, that flare did come out, so Mousesports does know that those scout traps are there. They're just going to have to pop those at some point. But it gives them an idea of how much vision is down, and there's an engage.
Justman, nice little benediction. Takes out that bright bulwark. Now, Mouse, what's the play? They're going to look to drop to the jungle. They find no mid-treant, but what do they have? A Crystal Sentry, a delicious Crystal Sentry, of which Leon's going to go ahead and just recall home, get back into the lane because he realizes SaltyPotatoes are going to look to try and shove this out as quickly as possible. They've reached the turret. Look at the, weapon Gessel chunking through. 398 damage coming through on some of those Glimmer shots, and that's going to be a free turret. Well, not free turret. Traded for the Crystal Sentry here, and it'd be nice if the Potatoes could get out of this clean. Looks like they will. Nope, that's the Journey Boots. Valkyrie comes down. Crucible was there, but it was off the mark anyway. SaltyPotatoes get away.
Yeah, they get away, Humanist. And that is the name of the game so far. We're having this Crystal Sentry prioritized by Mousesports, which I don't know is the best move right now because the name of the game is turrets. The turrets are up. They need to push those to get into the base, shatter the Vein Crystal. And there's an engage here. Looks like Justman's getting a little chunk damage, but they're backing off. So, Sneaky, Tyrant's Monocle on him. He's doing a lot of damage, as you can see. Eve of Harvest and Dragon's Eye. Joker is ramping up so much during these team fights, and they're able to just continually chunk down these turrets over and over again.
Yeah, it's a delicious thing right now, and the Joker, he has just been doing work this game. I mean, this Samuel looks really good. I love this build. He's here with a great timing, has incredible impact in the game. One of the things is when the Bright Bulwark goes down, and then he can just throw in a Bolivian, it sets them up like really nicely for that, and it forces Mouse to really respect that as they look to engage.
Not only does Mouse really respect that, but also SaltyPotatoes is really respecting the Churny boots on I'm the Doom. Whenever he boots in, we actually also see the boots pop for Clast. He's sitting on War Treads there, so he's able to get his team away to safety. Another Tyrant's Monocle picked up by Sneaky. His Glimmer shots and auto attacks are going to be hitting like trucks.
All right, well, let's see. He's got to be there to hit like a truck. Wait for it. Comes down right over the top side. I'm the Doom dropping low. Joker as well. Leon trying to find a target here. Who's it going to be? A nice active camo. War Treads activated. SaltyPotatoes looking to re-goose. They've got I'm the Doom. The turret aggro was there. Mousesports are going to tuck tail and run. One shot comes through. Justman able to soak up that damage pretty easily. But the Joker's here. He's got a Malice, but not the Verdict. Corrupted Genius is going to proc. Drifting Dark, ready to go. Oh, he's not able to steal that mid away. Feels bad, man. Malice and Verdict from downtown range. And they're just going to pull up here. Maybe stop for the Crystal Sentry. No! Oh, the top side. Sneaky. He's so sneaky. Sneaky. And they're just going to shove the lane forward. They can take Crystal Sentry, Gold Mine, or whatever they want.
Sneaky had a really good flank there, Humanist, and they were being chased through the jungle. Sneaky knew his vision from his comrades, gave him the look, and they were able to see. Unfortunately, they weren't able to take the Crystal Sentry in return. That would have been nice, but taking one of Mousesports members was actually a pretty good move for them. They are Men's Gold payout going over to SaltyPotatoes. They're a little bit in the lead right now when it comes to net worth. They're actually up about 2,500. 4-5 right now with only 3 turrets remaining for Mousesports. If you are side of SaltyPotatoes right now, playing on the front foot with the momentum from the previous game, and there's momentum in this game as well, they've got to be feeling pretty good.
No, I'm sure they're feeling good right now. Sneaky has come alive. I mean, this is when you get these 3 items right here. Weapon Kestrel is really chunking through health bars, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, to a certain degree it matters, but not so much. I'm the Doom. He is a tanky hero, but not too tanky against this Weapon Kestrel build right now. And we don't see Rhymes always go for the Journey Boots. Is it just the fact that he's up against the Siege comp, the reason he had to go for those this early in this game?
It could well be that that's the reason. He wants to be able to get to the back line in order to use his auto attacks, use his Winter Spires. He needs to get damage down, and that's where. And you don't want to just fight the front line captain here. You have to be able to get damage down on who it matters for. If you're able to take down Joker, take down Sneaky, those are targets that are doing a lot of damage output. So as I'm the Doom, you've got to be able to run in there with the Journey Boots, and he prioritized that pretty well. Unfortunately, Sneaky and the Joker are just able to reposition so well, especially with Joker with his Drifting Dark. He's able to get that movement speed buff, kite around the fight. Same thing with Sneaky. He's able to go into active camo as long as he has not gotten too much damage upon him. Weapon Infusion actually picked up by Sneaky. That's going to allow him to hit more like an atomic bomb now as opposed to a truck.
Ooh, that's not very nice.
He also has a bone saw as well.
To your point about Sneaky being very elusive, I wanted to just point out that Justman, he's got a flare gun and a full stack of flares as well. So he realizes it's super important to keep that vision down. Doesn't matter if you active camo, as long as you have flares down across that area where they're fighting.
Yeah, he's probably going for a contraption there. Unfortunately, he's got a lot of gold to go. He needs to get about 800 more gold for that. Yeah, he is prioritizing vision right now. Kraken is on the board. Contraption actually picked up first by Clast on this Lyra. So they're playing the vision game. Super important right now for them to be able to control the mid area of this map where the Kraken has spawned. And yeah, this is going to be whoever wins this next team fight is going to be able to take Kraken.
Who do you think is going to win the next team fight?
I feel like the way things are going right now, it's going to be SaltyPotatoes Humanist.
Oh, hashtag bias cast to Sean Ostino. Never would have said it myself. War Tread, SaltyPotatoes look to disengage. Valkyrie off the mark. Oh no. Sneaky's blowing Doom up. Benediction in from Justman. Wait for it from Leon, buying a little bit of time, but they thought they walked right into that. That was not what they were expecting. SaltyPotatoes on the chase. Arcane Passage up in the lane while Sneaky and Joker chased Leon through the jungle. Doom just kind of getting trolled out by Class there, but this is Leon looking to buy some time. He'll go with a little wall jump there. Can he recall? No! Oh, Leon, another wall jump. Zip, zip, zigzag. Whoop, whoop. Sneaky, 504 damage. He'll go down. Sneaky finds the Crystal Sentry. Last hit as well. A little bit of extra gold in their pocket. I'm the Doom. Last man standing for Mousesports. And of course, as you said, Kraken is available.
Kraken is available, and it's going to be easily taken by them. Leon, because he was able to run away and juke for so long, staggered death timers. You never want to have staggered death timers, especially when the Kraken's up. Kraken is unleashed and on the leash for Salty Potatoes. I'm the Doom and Just Man are available, and 4 seconds, Leon's going to be out too. This is looking pretty grim if you're Mousesports. Looking pretty dang good if you were Salty Potatoes, my friend.
Salty potatoes. Salty potatoes are delicious. I like them fried. I like a good baked potato. You know, so many different ways that a potato can be delicious as long as it's salty. These guys coming through here today. This is also a team that has just failed to have, you know, continuous wins in a row. They look so strong here. I'm excited for them as a team as the Kraken bears down upon this choke point turret. Malice know they need to make play Benediction in boots activated. They're trying to get on a Sneaky, can't do it. Valkyrie blocked off. Sonic Zoom forward. Bright Borg trying to delay Mousesports. Just Man stunned up, but the chase is on. Sonic Zoom, Sneaky taking a whole bunch of damage. I'm the Doom though. He has to turn and run. He gets bursted down. They can't kite too well with the rhyme. Just Man goes down to Sneaky. 9-4 advantage. Leon, he's a pretty good player, but I don't see him defending here, Sean.
No, I don't see him doing that much, Humanist, and he has no energy. He's not going to be able to Sonic Zoom enough. 492, 504 damage. Oh my goodness. Oh!
Classed! Oh, got him! Classed with the style point kill at the end. Just a wonderful play, wonderful game, wonderful series.
What?
All together for this one.
What an amazing series, Humanist, to have the 6 seed team go up against the number 4 seed team. And not only that, but we've seen Leon doing astounding things on Mousesports. To see Salty Potatoes, now we might as well call them spicy meatballs. These guys are amazing. Doing so much work here and finishing out these games so cleanly. Really well done from them, and I'm excited to see them in the finals.
Yeah, it's very exciting stuff. It's kind of weird sometimes with these EU teams. They just play amazingly sometimes.